Okay, 5-second board being shown, and then it's going to be the red light, which will go on the gantry. There it is. There go the lights. The race gets underway for the final time this season in the National Lighting Toyota MR2 Championship. A better start made by Sean Traynor. Adam Lockwood's not got away that well. He's got Neil Stratton to his left. He's got Ben Rowe and Paul Cook, I think that is, to his right. So they go 3 wide into Redgate corner, and it's Lockwood that has to be pushed a little bit wide. There's one going off through the gravel. It might well be Andrew Ruthven that's off through the gravel, so that might have ended his chances of the Class B title. Not quite yet, as it's still 3 wide, this time involving Neil Stratton and Paul Cook and Dan Sylvester down through the old hairpin. There's 2 cars spinning, 2 of the roadsters. Other cars have to take avoiding action. One's off onto the grass on the inside of the circuit. There's 1 car that's stationary on the outside of the circuit. We'll see if that gets to go again. Thankfully, it's fallen short of the gravel trap. That's the number 20 car that has stopped there of Patrick Stoner.
Yeah, so that was all quite dramatic. But meanwhile, Lockwood has suddenly caught Traynor. I thought Traynor had got away with all those cars abreast into Redgate, but no. Lockwood is right there. Then you've got the B cars side by side, Paul Cook and Ben Rowe. And they are absolutely wheel to wheel, rear wheels of Cook overlapping the front wheels of Rowe. Cook isn't giving Ben Rowe much room there on the inside, but they've got through the corner just about. Had flashbacks to other races just then. They turn their way out of the Etties. Oh, it's 3 abreast behind between the roadsters. You've got Aldworth there on the inside. You've got Sylvester and Stratton, I think, were the other 2 that were involved in all of that. Oh, now they're joining with Ben Rowe as well. So we could have 4 abreast by the next corner in.
Climbing then up towards Goddard then. Side by side, involving Ben Rowe and Darren Aldworth there in the number 2 car. Sylvester trying to get up on the inside. Don't think he made a dent in Ben Rowe's door, but he probably didn't need to worry too much because it was already well dented after the anyways. Top 2 have made a big break here, haven't they? Sean Traynor and Adam Lockwood over the rest of the field. It's Paul Cook 3rd, Ben Rowe 4th, Dan Sylvester 5th, Darren Aldworth in 6th, 7th I think is Neil Stratton, 8th is Ali Topley, 9th Jim Mew, Daniel Bryant 10th. These yellow flags, well, yellow and red slippery surface flags in actual fact. Possibly some fluid went down with whatever happened on the previous lap.
Or grass, perhaps.
Or grass, maybe, yes.
Let's have a look. Yes, it's a load of grass, isn't it? On the inside, and Sylvester's got sideways over it. That was make a good onboard footage, I'm sure. Ben Rowe is behind him now. Aldworth is up next. Then Stratton, then Topley. And they are a long way behind the top 2, as you were saying. Traynor and Lockwood. But Sylvester, like he did earlier, not making the best of starts, then having to work his way back through. So he's got good pace, but those poorer starts are meaning he can't go with the top 2. There looks to be a bigger gap now. Sean Traynor pulling clear of Adam Lockwood. It's a bit like the earlier race, where it's all very lively for 3rd.
Certainly is, as the top 2 have already fairly well spread out, aren't they? Sean Traynor pulling away from Adam Lockwood, it would seem, but then it's very busy further back. As you say, in particular here for 5th, for 4th I should say, behind Dan Sylvester. And then Ben Rowe and Neil Stratton there in the 84 car, who is still well placed in the championship as well. As the cars make their way around the Melbourne hairpin once again. Stratton did drop back down in the points, having missed the previous meeting at Croft. But he's been there or thereabouts towards the front end of the order all season long. Around the Goddard's hairpin he goes in that yellow apparel.
Somebody locked up in all of that, I think.
He was.
But Jim Mew, he lost a spot, perhaps. Darren Aldworth too. But they're still there. Well, Aldworth is still side by side with Ali Topley, ex-short oval racer. We saw a few slides down the Traynors last time. Oh, Traynor's done a new record, hasn't he? 1:53.008. He wanted a new lap record, and he's done it, beating his previous best from just a few hours ago.
Yeah, he said there was a lot more time in the car, didn't he, after the first race? So I think we'll see a 1:52. He's only got a few hundred or a few thousandths to make up to find that. And he's got 1.1 seconds in hand now over Adam Lockwood, so he's got a clear track ahead of him for the moment at least. There's 69 Daniel Bryant, pushing hard, trying to get 8th place away from Darren Oldworth in the number 2 Roadster there. If we get back to Jim Mew, who's in 10th place, number 78. He was briefly 3rd, I think, wasn't he, in the first race?
I think he's one of many drivers that went gravel trapping at Old Hairpin. The Mark 1 that's been in strife today. I think it's heading back out. Martin Collins.
Yeah, that's number 3. Martin, the Class A champion this season. And there is 59, Andrew Baranowski, who's outside the top 10 on this occasion in 13th position. Chasing after Tim Heron, I think, at the moment.
Drive from Essex, Baranowski. And he's had a few top 10s this year. Added to that, I think, earlier. There's Aldworth. One of many drivers who's swapped from a Mark 2 to a Mark 3.
Right, we've got into the 152s. The trainer has them, but Lockwood's gone even faster, a 152.445. So that's another sort of 0.6 faster than they went a lap ago. And Lockwood now with the lap record. And he's got the gap down. It was 0.7 at the start of the lap. It looks like it's a little bit less than that now between the two of them as they head through the Craner curve towards the Old Hairpin. The sort of bonnet flapping a little bit on the number 11 car of Lockwood, who was last year's champion, of course. Here they are heading up towards McLean's. Through the right hand they go. So Lockwood taking the fight to Sean Trainers, not allowing Trainers to have things all his own way here. As they climb up towards Coppice for the 4th time, I should say, already in this race, with 8 minutes or so to go. And they're a long way clear now of Paul Cook 3rd and Dan Sylvester in 4th.
Ruthven's up to 14th. So he's progressing after that problematic opening lap. He's 7th in class. Ben Rowe, though, is 2nd in Class B and about 10 seconds up the road.
So as things stand, that should mean that Ben Rowe is the Class B champion this year.
There he is, 31. Finished 2nd in the overall championship 6 years ago in 2018. Challenge for the lead. Lockwood looking to the inside of Sean Trainer. They've got Martin Collins, his Mark 1 to lap. He's got the hazards on. I think he might be back for the pits. Yeah, that car's not running smoothly at all. There's Paul Cook, who leads Class B. But Adam Lockwood's going to give this a go. The second lap didn't really go well for him. He dropped back, but now he is pressurising the race leader, Sean Trainer, up across the line. They dropped off in the high 53s on that lap. Such was the battle that they are starting to embroil themselves in with half of the race to go.
Saw Martin Collins in the background head back into the pit lane again. So 0.3 of a second between Trainer and Lockwood. They are nearly 5 seconds clear of Paul Cook in 3rd place, who continues to lead in Class B.
Ruthven was 1.5 seconds quicker than Ben Rowe on the last lap, as Rowe's lost a spot in the overall order.
Yeah, still 7th for Ruthven, 2nd for Rowe, as they complete their 4th lap of the race. As again, Trainer and Lockwood climb up towards the McLean's right-hander. Lockwood from Portsmouth, chasing after Sean Trainer from Winchester. So 2 Hampshire drivers based in Hampshire these days. There's Martin, just having a look at what's wrong with his car.
Lockwood's won in Class A and in Class C in MR2, so perhaps he should have a go in a B car and see if he can win all 3, because I don't think anyone's done that. We've seen Trainer do B and C.
Yes. Yes, not too many of the A cars are left. Martin Collins really has been pretty much the only representative this season of the Mark 1s, the oldest cars from the 1980s. But still good numbers in both of the other classes. More C cars now than B, I think. The balance has sort of shifted this year, hasn't it? In favour of the Roadsters over the Mark 2s.
Generally, in club racing, 20-year-old car... Oh, Paul Cook's lost 3rd, which was a bit strange how that happened. Generally, you race cars at about 20 years old, don't you? So, obviously, the Roadsters now, 20 years old, they fit in perfectly to that sort of logic.
Yes, yeah, the Mark II cars from the 1990s. The Roadsters more so from the noughties.
Rose lost a spot to Ali Topley now, who's up to 6th and 2nd in class. Rowe trying to fight back, though.
Yeah, and it's important that he does so because he's got Andrew Ruthven making progress through the field. He's
how far can Rowe drop back? 'Cause I know Ruthven did have more drop scores, but perhaps he hasn't anymore.
Let's have a look.
Just watching on the screen, Paul Cook go back ahead of Danny Sylvester. So that was all a bit weird, really, because Cook seemed to let Sylvester through at the final corner. But he's back ahead now. Paul Cook back into third place.
Yeah, so Ben Rowe, even if Ben Rowe finishes below third, he'll still effectively get the points for third, given of the scores he'll be dropping.
Okay.
So we really need Ruthven to make up more places, rather than Ben Rowe to lose them, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
And how close is he to doing that? He is 3.6 seconds behind a Class C car, which is 0.7 seconds behind the next Class B car, which is Tim Heron. So he's got quite a few seconds to make up. So it might be a struggle with only 4 minutes of the race to go.
And he's not much quicker than those ahead now. So I think he's probably found the lap time from 4th down to Baranowski. They're all within a second, aren't they? But no more than 10 cars. Very closely matched. Rowe might be about to lose another place because Danny Bryant is alongside him now.
Yeah, he's not finished lower than third all season. He's had one non-finish. When he's finished the race, it's always been inside the top 3 within class. That's not the case for Ruthven, though. He has had some finishes outside the top 3. I think in particular at Cadwell Park he didn't seem to go so strongly.
It's definitely been his best season, though, isn't it, in MR2 racing?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Oh, Maxine Nichols has gone for a spin. She's got back going. She was 19th, but she's had a rotation. Bryant didn't get Ben Rowe. He actually came under pressure from Darren Aldworth in all of that.
Three minutes of the race left to go. There is Bryant, number 69, the driver from Portsmouth, another from Hampshire. It's Aldworth is off the road there in number 2.
He was quite sideways coming back on, we saw there, and he would have lost places for sure.
Yes, he may have dropped outside the top 10 as a result of that. The man from Oxford was in 9th place at the start of this lap.
Actually, only lost one place, I think, to Jim Mew, so he's still in 10th.
Okay. 11th place was Veer Aldridge, who was not that far behind, only another second behind Mew.
Yeah, that 1 second or so gap was he slotted into somehow.
Yeah. Lockwood still there in 2nd place. He's lost a few tenths over Traynor. Traynor on the last lap did his personal best, a 1:52.787, which is about 3 tenths off the best lap of the race and the new lap record that was set by Adam Lockwood.
It's actually slower than Sylvester's best as well.
Yeah, because he's done 1:52.722, hasn't he? By a few hundredths, it's slower, yeah.
He seems to lose out on those opening laps. Whether that's all for more footage that he can use in the videos when he's got more cars around him, not sure. I'm sure he'd like a race win, but that's not going to come today. He had a class win yesterday in road sport, so did Dan Sylvester, mainly thanks to Scott Parkin.
That's right, so watching them turning their way through. That's Paul Cook and Dan Sylvester. Darren Aldworth's had a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits in car number 2.
That's the Chopley's not come past the line this time, according to the screen. Oh, Danny Bryant's having a go at Ben Rowe here, side by side. You say it shouldn't really matter now for Rowe's class championship.
Now that means that Ruthven's gone up to 6th, so he has made up a position now. So
he needs to beat Ben Rowe, really, though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Rowe inside the podium with that happening too.
Yeah,
really.
Exactly.
But Bryant is ahead. Yes, he is ahead of Ben Rowe. So Ben Rowe's down to 4th now, so he might not finish. Oh no, he is 3rd, isn't he? Because of course he gained one but lost one. Lost one to Bryant, gained one from the retirement, seemingly for Chopley.
Oh, and that's the 87 car off into the barriers. That's Neil Hurren, the Londoner, in his Roadster. So he's gone off. Got a bit of disruption to the barriers there. Hopefully he'll get... won't cause any further disruption. We've only got 15 seconds of the race to go. And we're side by side for the lead as well, with Adam Lockwood up on the inside of Sean Traynor. It's going to be the last lap of the race. And Adam Lockwood is going to do what he set out to do, I think, which is go out with a win. He's also going to get the lap record as well, unless something very strange has happened with the lap times on this final lap. Into the final corner, Adam Lockwood, who has not had a win for quite some time, since Snetterton in June, is going to end the season on a high. He takes the checkered flag to win the National Lighting Toyota MR2 Championship race. He's got the lap record as well, and he beat Sean Traynor by 1/3 of a second. So number 11, Lockwood the winner, from 27, Traynor in second, and 26, Paul Cook takes third.
Wonder what happened to Traynor, because that lap was a 56. So whether he made a mistake at the S's, they were lapping Martin Collins as well. And whatever did happen, it allowed Adam Lockwood to come through, obviously. Ben Rowe got back to second in Class B by 1/1000th of a second, beating Danny Bryant, and with it taking the class title. Andy Ruthven was in 6th.
And so, yes, confirmation that provision is, at least we'll get official confirmation later, Ben Rowe, the Class B champion, therefore, by about 3 points, I reckon, from Andy Ruthven.
Well, TSL have corrected that 1/1000th, made the gap 26 times bigger. It's now 26,000ths of a second, which was the actual gap at the line.
Last few cars coming through at the end of that race, so a dramatic finish there. Didn't quite see what happened. They must have stumbled possibly over Martin Collins, as you surmise there, Josh, because they were both several seconds slower than they had been. And Lockwood capitalised on that to come through, take a win at the end of 8 laps in car number 11 from second place number 27, Sean Traynor. The gap between them 0.346 seconds. Third place went the way of number 26, Paul Cook. In fourth position was number 21, Dan Sylvester, ahead of 84, Neil Stratton, and 31, Ben Rowe. Seventh place went the way of number 69, Daniel Bryant. Eighth was number 78, Jim Mew. Ninth was 65, Fiat Aldridge, and rounding out the top 10 was number 9, which was Timothy Heron. In 11th place was 59, Andrew Baranowski. 12th was 82, Andrew Ruthven. 13th, number 2, Darren Aldworth. And 14th, number 12, Aaron Laverty. Ian Ledbetter, number 5, was in 15th position, ahead of Richard Dale, Simon Quinn, Martin Auger, Tim O'Brien, and Maxine Nichols, once again completing the top 20 at the end of the National Lighting Toyota MR2 Championship race. So Sean Traynor, the overall champion. We reckon Ben Rowe winning Class B. Adam Lockwood ending the season on a high with his 5th victory of the season and taking the Donington Park lap record as well, down to a 1:52.445, nearly a second faster than Sean Traynor's mark from 2.5 years ago. There'll be a bit of clearing up before the Tiguan Club Enduro race, because Neil Horan's car needs to be recovered. He's managed to go off into the cushions at the exit of the S's. Snatch vehicle is ready and waiting to be deployed to go and deal with that situation. Cars heading in on their slowing down lap. As I say, 2 more races to come. We've got the Tiguan Club Enduro Championship, the 2-hour race coming up next, and then we're going to have the F1000 Championship, which is going to race on into the evening, due off at 5:45, but maybe a moment or two after that, given a few delays early on this afternoon. But Josh, an entertaining way to round out the MR2 season there, and an exciting last couple of corners.
Yes, a lead change that we've been sort of waiting for all day, really, because Lockwood's been on the tail of Traynor since lap 1, race 1, but it took until 2 corners to go for him to take the lead. We're about to find out how he did that, and Matt Suckling will be there to ask the questions.
Thank you, Josh. Yep, down here with Adam Lockwood, who picks up a win, a 5th one of the year for you after back at Snetterton, I think your last one was. But you were very sneaky, I think. I just heard Sean say there, you timed it well through that S's and yellow flag.
Yes, it was a timing thing. Obviously, I had to wait till we got the green, but managed to get in exactly the right place. And Sean was on the outside, and we sort of just went for it and placed myself where he couldn't sort of cover it. So. Yeah, I think it was a little bit of luck more than anything.
Well, you stayed true to your word from earlier on. You said you were going to go out in style and end the season with a win, and that's exactly what you did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, so yeah, all on plan, all to plan.
And to be fair, you were hounding him quite a way through that race. You were keeping with him throughout the 15 minutes.
Yeah, I like to try and keep him busy. Otherwise, he nods off.
And also another thing to add to the mix, Adam, you got the fastest lap, new lap record as well for you.
Oh, brilliant.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was Sean's fault. He was helping you. A great year though, second in the championship. You're going to come and join us next year?
Yeah, definitely be there.
Brilliant. Look forward to it. Adam, well done. Congratulations on the final win of the year. Sean picking up second place. We heard what you said when you got out in the car. You just didn't quite get the yellow flag right.
No, I sort of sat behind the Mark 1 and Adam used his brain a bit more and accelerated into the green flag, so he come past. But to be fair, I had contemplated letting him through because I was thinking all I'm doing, I'm trying to put the lap record in, and all I'm doing is dragging him along behind me. So at one point I contemplated just sort of thinking, hang on, I'll just try to put a lap record on, and it looks like I've helped him towards it.
What a great season it's been though for you, and also you two battling along the way.
Yeah, no, it's been brilliant all year. Like I say, I think if we added up all the time between us throughout the whole season, it probably wouldn't come to 10 seconds. I mean, it's been that close all year. But it's good. Like I say, it finished the same as last year. Adam getting the win on the last race. But this year I got off the line.
It's all been good. Of course, you wrapped up the championship. You can now celebrate.
Yeah. That's just a shame it's a Sunday and I've got to go to work tomorrow.
Maybe next weekend.
Yeah.
Sean, well done this year. Congratulations. And Paul Cook is all the way over here, so we'll grab him out of the garage and have a quick chat as he has a word with Dan Sylvester. Paul, if we just grab you very quickly, well done. Third place in that race. That was a good little battle you had.
Yeah, great race with Dan. Pretty much just me and Dan, really. One stage of the race. Couldn't catch a two in front. They're a different league to I am. A lot younger, a lot fitter. But yeah, it's all good. Nice end of the season. Little run out on the MR2s. Yes, all cool.
And I think you had a close battle with Ben at some point as well. He was trying to squeeze down the inside of you.
Yeah, I could see Ben in the mirrors, but just gradually he lost him a little bit. So yeah, just chilled out and did my stuff.
Nice season in MR2. Well done, Paul. Congratulations to you as well. So there we go. MR2's wrapped up for another year here at Donington Park. And again, as we said with Patrick Mortel earlier on in the day, that we're going to look forward to some more good things for next year from this championship. For now, though, we can hear cars working their way to the grid for our next race, the final long race of the day. 2 hours for the final Tagiwa Club Enduro Championship of the season.